A class variable. If we right click and type in blueprint class, we have all of the blueprint classes that we can make, and all of these have the option to be class variables or object references. So if we come into our character, we can create a new variable and we'll make it BP third person, and we can see we have object reference and class reference. You should use object reference if the thing already exists in the level, and class reference if it doesn't exist. So in this case, a spawner, we're just going to set our class to be of type actor, and our class is BP third person character that we're going to spawn. If we wanted to, we could change that to be just BP third person character and have that as a class reference. And now the only thing I can spawn is BP third person character, because that's the only reference it allows me to have. So once I compile that, the only thing that I can see is BP third person character. Now this is good if you had, say, projectiles and you had a like an arrow, but then you wanted a fire arrow, an ice arrow, or anything like that, because we can make a test here. So if I go to this BP test, which is just an actor, you can see the parent class is actor. If I go to the BP test child, you can see that its parent class is BP test. So now if I select BP test as the class here, as the class reference, and select it, I can only choose anything that has the original parent class as BP test. So this would be our base arrow, and then we'd have a fire arrow, an ice arrow, etc. So we'll grab our class. This will be our BP third person, and then we can press 1 and I've spawned a new BP third person character in the level. And if I change this to be an actor, so object type actor, class reference, I'll change the variable type, and now I can have any actors that are in the level, I can spawn them. So I can choose BP third person, or I can choose test, whichever. So actor is the most general, but if you wanted to be more specific, so if you had like an enemy and an enemy boss, then you could just restrict it to being only of type enemy class. That's what. You can see it works exactly the same. You can still use getters and setters with the class variable, so we could set a different class to be called here and pass that in, and we can just get the class references as well. So the thing to be aware of, I've got this third person variable of type BP third person class, and we can't access any of the objects that are inside here. So I can't access the mesh, I can't get the mesh, I can't get the variables, so new bar or the HUD variable, I can't access them via a class reference. Can via object references, but not via class references. So that's something to be aware of.